New. It was a dark and stormy night when Sarah arrived at the train station. She had been traveling for hours and was exhausted, hoping to catch the last train of the night to finally get some rest. But as soon as she stepped onto the deserted platform, she felt an eerie chill run down her spine. The station was old and dilapidated, with peeling paint and flickering lights that cast strange shadows across the empty platform. The only sound was the pounding of rain on the roof, and Sarah couldn't help but feel a sense of dread wash over her. She tried to shake it off and made her way to the ticket counter, but it was locked up tight. There was no sign of anyone around, no other travelers or staff to be seen. She looked up at the train schedule, only to find that the last train had already departed hours ago. Panic began to set in as Sarah realized she was stranded in this desolate place, with no way out until the morning. She started to make her way back to the bench to wait out the night when she heard a faint whispering sound coming from the shadows. At first, she thought it was just the wind, but then the whispers grew louder, more distinct. She couldn't make out what they were saying, but the voices seemed to be getting closer and closer. Sarah's heart was pounding in her chest as she searched the darkness for the source of the whispers. Suddenly, a figure stepped out of the shadows, its face obscured by the darkness. It was tall and menacing, with a long, flowing coat that billowed in the wind. Sarah tried to run, but her feet wouldn't move. The figure advanced towards her, its whispers growing louder and more urgent. Sarah was frozen in fear, unable to move or scream for help. The figure loomed over her, and she could feel its icy breath on her face. Just as she thought all hope was lost, the figure disappeared into thin air, leaving Sarah alone and trembling on the platform. She couldn't explain what had just happened, but she knew she had to get out of that station as fast as she could. She waited for the first train of the morning, and as she boarded, she caught a glimpse of the station out of the window. It was just as she remembered it, old, rundown, and abandoned. But she couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim.